There are moments in life that change everything. Moments you never forget, moments where you realize you might not have made it. This is a story of one of those moments, and if you ever questioned whether God still saves, let me tell you what happened to me. I was 19 years old, right? A kid from Queens, just moved from Woodhaven to Richmond Hill. Different blocks, different vibes, but still home. I knew people from both neighborhoods. Never thought that would put me in danger though. But one night, everything changed. It was supposed to be chill, a normal evening, but when people from Woodhaven pulled up, they weren't there to say hi. They were there for a fight. I wasn't even a part of it, right? I wasn't there to rep a side. I just wanted to calm things down and bring peace. So I stepped into the middle, right? Thought maybe I could talk some sense. Thought maybe they'd listen to me. Thought maybe I could help, right? But one of the guys didn't know me, didn't care, didn't want peace. He grabbed me, aggressive, rough. And before I could even process what was happening, he pulled out a gun and pointed it right at my head. Have you ever felt time stop? Like everything gets quiet, even though people are yelling all around. That's what happened. In that split second, I saw everything. My family, my future, my childhood, everything I hadn't done yet. I remember thinking, this can't be it. This can't be how my story ends. But I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I just stood there with a gun in my face. And I knew if he pulled that trigger, I was gone. But God stepped in. Someone from the Woodhaven side recognized me. They told him, nah, he's not one of them. Let him go, right? And just like that, the moment passed. See, he lowered that gun. I was released and the cars drove off. But I stood there, shaking, not from fear, but awe. Because I realized I should have died that night. I should have been another statistic, right? Another RIP post, another he was a good dude memory. But I wasn't. Because God didn't let it happen. Not because I was perfect. Not because I deserved it. Not because he wasn't finished with me yet. Think about that moment all the time. What if they hadn't stopped him? What if I hadn't been recognized? What if he didn't hesitate? See, you wouldn't be hearing this message. I wouldn't have kids. I wouldn't be building anything. I wouldn't even be alive. See, that one moment changed everything. But that moment didn't break me, it woke me up. Because if God saved me from that, he must have saved me for something. And maybe you've had a moment like that. A close call, a near miss, a time you knew something greater kept you here. You didn't just survive, you were spared on purpose. So now the question is, what are you doing with the time you were given? People always say, I need a second chance. But most of us already got it. You got a second chance the day you woke up. The day the car almost hit you. The night the overdose almost took you. The moment depression almost convinced you to quit. But you didn't. You're still here. Not because you're lucky. Because you were chosen. And that means the story's not over. That means God's still writing. That means your life still holds weight. Even when it feels like no one's watching. But survival alone is not the goal. You weren't just saved to breathe. You were saved to build, to heal, to speak, to fight for others still stuck in the fire. You have no idea who needs your story, who needs your voice, who needs your yes to God. You could be the reason someone else makes it out. You could be the one who turns their pain into purpose. But you can't keep wasting your second chance. You can't keep putting it off. You can't keep pretending like time is infinite. Because you know how fast it could be taken away? You have two choices, right? Go back to a life as usual, scroll away this moment, forget this story, or decide to forgive, decide to let go, decide to speak the truth, decide to finally do the thing God's been nudging you to do. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to move. See, faith isn't about having all the answers, right? It's about trusting that God saved you on purpose and walking in that. I shouldn't even be here right now, but God stepped in. And maybe he's using this story to step into your life, to remind you you're still here, you still matter, and you're not done yet. Don't waste this moment. Don't ignore your second chance. Don't downplay the fact that God spared you. You were meant to be here, and you were meant to rise up. Let's go, not someday, today. Let's build something that lasts. Let's live like it matters. Let's make life count.